Let's check out my After the Pen spreads from Q2 2025. Hi everyone, this is Angie. Welcome back to my channel. If you're new here today, I welcome you and I hope you'll stick around. If you're a returning subscriber or viewer, welcome back. I'm so happy to have you here. Guys, this video is a little later than what I had hoped, but we're finally getting around to it. We're going to take a look at my completed After the Pen spreads for Q2 2025 in my Happy Planner vertical. This is my catch-all, and my Kellofaplan dashboard, which is my social media. So let's go ahead and get to it. All right, guys, apologies for the glare. It'll only be temporary, but this is the Fruit and Flora Happy Planner. It was an 18-month planner that I picked up on clearance, so I'm using it for the year 2025. So let's go ahead and get in here. We've already done a Q2 flip through. I'm sorry, a Q1 flip through. And that video is in my playlist if you're interested in checking that out. But let's go ahead and have a look at Q2, which will be April, May, and June. So last time I did an After the Pen flip through, I did not have noted on the weekly spreads which sticker books I used. And that was a real struggle, y'all, to remember the sticker books and the washi tapes. So this time I made a conscious effort to write down on my spreads which stickers and washi tape I used. So hopefully for the most part we'll see all of that in here. Now obviously my catch-all is not my catch-all, my currently page has been left blank. I had not been in the habit of doing currently pages in my catch-all planner, so that's why you'll see these blank. I would like to do those going forward, and I have included plans for those in my pre-planning videos, but you know, I haven't gotten around to it yet. So one of these days I might do a back planning series so I can get those knocked out before the end of the year. But let's go ahead and get started. So this was my April monthly in this catch-all planner. And I remember when I did this, I think it was the first time that I put little images on my thumbnails, and this thing blew up. I was so excited because I was actually driving to visit my daughter in Frisco, and every time I would make a pit stop I would check and my views just kept going up and up. So I was super pumped over that. But I did this spread using Kellofaplan Spring Florals Volume 3. I was so excited to get those bluebonnet stickers. We had never had anything like that before. And the washi tape is from Plannything. I think this is from the Tea Books and Florals collection. So yeah, that was my monthly for that one. And I guess this quote must have also come out of Spring Florals Volume 3. I don't see where I made an extra note for that. So yeah, that was the monthly. And I remember, I think the Kellofaplan spring release had come out, and I was just going so crazy with all those stickers. But this one obviously is the plaid and florals from Kellofaplan. These little gold holidays are from a old Happy Planner book, and I chose that rose gold because I thought it matched the pinks and the yellows in here. So anyway, that was Plaid and Florals by Kellofaplan, and I made a note here that my quotes came from Rainbow Quotes Volume 3. That would be these two here. And I believe that was a brand new book at the time, so I was anxious to use that because I've only ever had one Rainbow Quotes, and that was the original. So evidently I missed Volume 2, so when Volume 3 came out, I was super stoked for that. Okay, then the following week, I'm using my sub box from Plannything. I subscribe to her planner sub box and her washi sub box. And this one is from the Plants and Florals sub box. So on this one, I did the torn paper. I really love the look of that. It does make your planner quite a bit thicker, but I just like the effect of it, and I think it's a little something different. Also, I'm not in the habit of using circle stickers, so that was, you know, not exactly a first for me, but you know, it's a new experience pretty much because I'm not in the habit of doing that, although I would like to do that more often. Okay, and this one here, I think I got out one of my older books for this one. Yes, I used Seasonal Florals Volume 2, and I paired it with the new Seasonal Quotes. That was a quote book that came in different colors. So she had pastels for spring and brighter colors for summer and warmer colors for fall. And then I think she's got some cool tones in there for winter. But yeah, I really like that book. You do get your quotes in pastels, or I'm sorry, in color. And then you also get the same page of quotes, but in black. So that was cool. And then this holiday sticker, that one came from the seasonal 2025 planner set. That is the sticker book that was designed to coordinate with the Kellofaplan seasonal planner. And then these washi tapes are from Plannything. Most of my washi tapes are from Plannything just because I really love her washies. I think they're good quality. Okay, so moving on to this one. After I did this one, I really was not that crazy about it. I think because this offset or this bleed here is so thick, I'm just not used to seeing that, as well as the large dots on the checklist. So I loved the stickers in the book, but when I got them on the page, I really wasn't that crazy about them. But I believe this is a washi that I ordered from Amazon a couple years ago. I ordered one pack that was all plaids. So yeah, and then the stickers were from Spring Florals Volume 2, which of course is a Kellofaplan book. And I took these larger quotes from the original rainbow quotes. And you can usually tell when I've used rainbow quotes because the font is thicker and larger. So yeah, that was April. So that was the end of April. So it looks like in May is when I decided, hey, I should start decorating my currently pages. So I picked out stickers. I made a note of it, and I never did anything else. So maybe when we start doing that back planning series, we'll start with April. I'll have to figure out something for that one. So anyway, let's move along to May. So this one's not as heavily decorated as April was, but I just really wanted to get these tulips on the page. So these were from Kellofaplan Spring Florals Volume 3. Of course, the washi tape is from Plannything. That was a new one that came out in the spring, and I loved it because it looked like grass. And then I also used the holidays, or these little holiday stickers came from the seasonal 2025 planner set. It's the same one I used in that other spread. But in there, she had all the holidays. And of course, those are available in black and also in color. So yeah, that's what we used this time around. This week here was my husband's birthday, and I'm ashamed to tell y'all, but years ago, I made an order from Plan It Darby, and I bought these birthday stickers because at the time, I didn't have any birthday stickers. So I ordered birthday stickers from a few different shops, and Plan It Darby was one of those. So I finally got those out. When I was looking back through them, I realized most of them were feminine colors. So this was the only one I had that I felt like could also be for a guy. So the stickers are from Planet Darby as well as the boxes, including this quote. This one also, even these. But these are the Narrative Hues ink overlay tapes. And of course, I've got my Plannything washi tape in here. So this week looks like it didn't get a whole lot of action, but at least it was pretty. Oh, same here. Not a whole lot going on in this one, but this again is a small shop. I did try to use small shop stickers in May, and this one was from Caitlin Plans. So everything on here is from Caitlin Plans except for the washi, which is from Plannything. And oh, let's see. I got my colored. Oh, I know. The Caitlin Plans were only graphics. There were no boxes. So I pulled all my boxes from Mojo Jojo Plans and Kellofaplan. That's what I did. And then I got this washi and this washi, or all of the washi from Plannything. So this one was from Tea Books and Florals. This one I think was Evergreen Blush. I know this one was Tea Books and Florals. I don't remember that one. It probably went with the Evergreen Blush. So yeah, I love those stickers, and they have a different texture than some of the other stickers I've used before, so I did like those. Okay, so moving on. Now you see I'm getting more into the tulips, and that's because tulips are my favorite springtime florals. So I pulled these from Kellofaplan, I Love Spring. Of course, the washi tape is from Plannything. In fact, you've probably seen this washi tape a lot. It's one of my favorites. But in the spring or I Love Spring book, you get boxes, you get your decorative stickers or your illustrations, and you also get little quotes in there. So that's where I got the I Love Tulips. It was in with these stickers. So that was kind of a simple spread that week, not too much going on there. This one is on the total other end of the spectrum. It is very loud. So I've been trying to get out my Planners Anonymous sub kits that I've had from years ago. And this one was pretty posy too. So I tried to use that everywhere I could, but I did have to pull the checklist from Kellofaplan. And I also pulled the dates from Dated Basics Volume 4. I'm just using that book like crazy, y'all. So yeah, because I tore the paper and used up so much space, I didn't really have a lot of room for writing. And it looks like it wasn't a problem because I've got several blank spaces here anyway. So yeah, that was Planners Anonymous, pretty posy too. All right, so the next week is Memorial Day weekend. So for this one, of course, I had to get out the red, white, and blue. I pulled out the I Love Summer book by Kellofaplan because I purchased that book last year on clearance, or actually maybe it was earlier this year, but I had not used it. So I was anxious to get that out and get started with it, but I just thought this puppy dog was so cute. And of course, the washi tape is from Plannything. Now, this little skinny one here is from Happy Planner. And that was from back in the day when they used to sell those little washi tapes. You got them in 10 packs and they were all skinny. So I had bought the blue package of blues, and this was one of those, but I thought it was perfect because it had the little silver stars on it. So yeah, that was Memorial Day. Okay, and now we're moving on to June. So you can see I've chosen some stickers for this currently page. Maybe we'll get around to that before Christmas gets here. All right, so here is my June monthly. On this one, I used Kellofaplan Seasonal Basics Volume 2. This was one of her new books. I pulled these little strips for my days of the week from the Narrative Hues, or what used to be known as Girl Boss Anna. She had a booklet. It was like a regular sticker book, but it had all these little things in it, and it was called the Girl Boss Anna 4-year anniversary. So yeah, that's where I got those from. And then this washi tape is washi tape that I picked up on clearance from Planners Anonymous, and it is called Get Away. But I thought that was a perfect match with these Kellofaplan stickers, and I love it when I can shop my stash across various, shops, small shops, and they all coordinate. So I like the way this one came out. I do remember having a struggle with this chair. And I think I remember telling y'all this dog looks like my mom's dog, Otis. Otis Wayne. He goes by Odie. All right, so let's see. This one was a Plannything book. So I had purchased her Tropical Vibes sticker book, I guess probably last year, maybe even the year before. And that book is so thick. And the entire book is all, it's all the same type of sticker. So it's the same color theme throughout. I think I even used her cover, her planner cover this month. But yeah, you can see it's got coordinating washi tape, all the stickers, the boxes. I tried to use the circles again. So yeah, I did really, I don't know, I like the spread when I was using it, but when I was putting it together, I remember I wasn't that crazy over it. And then I do have some small little quotes sprinkled in here, and those were from Kellofaplan seasonal quotes. And then I also used the Kellofaplan, I wrote down over here that I used Kellofaplan dots and checklist, but I don't see any dots or checklist in here. So I don't know why. Oh, here's a couple. That must be where those came from, because the dots in the Planny Thing book are real tiny, and maybe that book didn't have dots in it. I don't know why I pulled those from Kellofaplan, but I guess it's just one of those things. Here's another little Kellofaplan quote over here. So yeah, that was from that newer seasonal quotes book where I told you all the quotes are color coded, or they're colored for the season. So it looks like I've got 2 here and 2 on this page. So yeah, that one was not super nuts over that one. Now this was my spread for Father's Day, and I did really like this one. I think I had some troubles here because I was trying to use the whiteout. But again, this is a Planny Thing washi tape. I've got the narrative hues ink overlay tapes. And then the stickers and the little quotes and the boxes and all that is from Kellofaplan I Love Summer. And it looks like I pulled my holiday sticker from that 2025 seasonal planner set. So yeah, that was that one. I did really like this one. All right, so now it looks like we got some new summer sticker books from Kellofaplan. And I was so anxious to use those, and I have hardly gone back to that summer floral. So, look for some of that coming up. You'll see more of those because I do want to use more tropicals to finish out the summer. So anyway, these were from Summer Florals Volume 3, and I paired those with these other little stickers like the starfish and the swimsuits and the flip-flops. Those are from Summer Icons Volume 2. So I was trying to merge the two together so that I could have my florals, but I also really liked these other illustrations. So that was a combo spread. And the quotes came from that book, Seasonal Floral Volume 3. It did have quotes in it, but I also pulled other quotes from her seasonal quotes book. So yeah, I liked that one. I've got a lot of empty spots in there, and you'll see that. So, I mean, I'm not one that's going to try to go back, and I probably will not go back and fill in these empty areas. That's just a fact of life. It's not going to happen. But anyway, this one was the new pet release that Kellofaplan had. So I used Dog Lover. I think I did a flip through of that release, which was Dog Lover, Cat Lover, and Pet Basics. So I tried to use the Dog Lover, the Pet Lover, and I also paired it with the new Roy G. Biv Boxes and Florals Volume 6 because I thought the blues were just perfect. But yeah, I used the puppies. I thought they were really sweet. And then I also used planner words for the chores and the don't forget, trip, game, date, night. So yeah, I was trying to use up those planner words. When I get in, sometimes I forget about books that I have, and then all of a sudden I'll get an epiphany, and I'm like, oh, I have that book, I need to use it. So some of these books you don't see as often as others, but that's just because I forget that I've got them. But yeah, I thought those little dogs were cute. I think at the time I did the spread, I was kind of on whether or not I liked it, but it's okay. It's not a favorite, but it's not horrible. And that was it for my catch-all planner for June. So let's have a look now at my social media planner. Okay, again, sorry about that glare. This is the Kellofaplan dashboard planner for the 2025. This is a seasonal planner. This planner is really cute because each number is a different quarter of the year. So this was first quarter, second quarter, third quarter, and fourth quarter. So you can see the little icons that relate to that particular quarter of the year. But yeah, I'm really loving this book. This is my first time to use a Kellofaplan planner. And I am very happy that I chose to do so because the paper quality is super awesome. Okay, so let's get into this one. One of the things I like about the Kellofaplan planners are these double-sided dashboards. So my calendar's not on the back of it. I'm really liking that. So in this planner, or let me back up a step. In the catch-all planner, I was mentioning that I had used the 2025 seasonal planner set. That's the book that was designed to coordinate with this seasonal planner. So on the currently page for every month, I'll use the coordinating set of stickers so that it matches to my dashboard. So yeah, these are from that Kellofaplan 2025 seasonal planner set. So on here, I'll usually just try to do, I'll decorate it at the beginning of the month, but I don't fill it out until the end of the month when I've gone back and reviewed everything that took place, or I'll usually put a few ideas on the to-do list. So this is pretty much the same every month. These little words again, those were from that planner words book. This one as well, and that one. So yeah, I was trying to make use of that. And this is how my monthly looks on my social media calendar. So now you can see why in my Plan With Me videos, when I'm setting up my social media dashboard for the month, I only decorate the outer edges because I need to record when my videos are going to go up. And then I'll also highlight like when I've posted them on Instagram or Facebook, or I've shared it to my Instagram story or whatever. And then at the end of the month on Instagram, I'll post my top 4 liked Instagram posts. So that's what these numbers indicate. This was the most liked on Instagram, and this was the second, third, and fourth most liked. So yeah, that's what goes on here. So when I schedule a video, I'll write it down in black, and then once the video publishes, I'll highlight it in purple. So yeah, that's kind of what's going on there. But I did this, these stickers came from the I Love Spring, and I pulled the quotes from Rainbow Quotes Volume 3. So I did like that one. I remember loving those colors. So in my catch-all, we saw where I had used plaid and florals. That was part of the release with Stripes and Florals Volume 5. And there was also a dots and florals. So I was trying to use those up. So for this one, I used Stripes and Florals Volume 5. That's the first Stripes and Florals book I've ever had. I don't know why I never got 1 through 4, but I didn't. And then I also used the new Rainbow Quotes Volume 3. This one's blue, so I was pulling, you know, the colored quotes. And I used Dated Basics Volume 4 for my 2025 and my April sticker. So yeah, this one's pretty good, I guess. Okay, the next week I went into a little bit older stickers. These are from Spring Florals Volume 2, also by Kellofaplan. If you haven't figured it out by now, most of my stickers do come from Kellofaplan. That has always been my favorite sticker shop, and I just don't see me ever trying to turn my cheek the other way. I'm just obsessed with everything she puts out. So yeah, I just love it. So the bulk of my stickers are from there. I do try to sprinkle in other shops from time to time. And a lot of times in my horizontal planner, I'll use a lot of Happy Planner or other sticker shops in there. But anyway, this one, like I said, was Spring Florals Volume 2. I used Dated Basics Volume 4 to pull the April. I've got my Planny Thing washi tape. I really love her scallop washi. And then this, you can tell this is from the original Rainbow Quotes because it's that thicker font. I'm not too crazy over how this corner turned out down here, but you know, I guess done is better than not done. That was not a favorite. This one, on the other hand, I remember loving this one. Again, this was part of the plaid and florals. It was part of that release that we just talked about. So this one was plaid and florals. I got into her seasonal quotes to pull some of these little quotes. I also have noted in here that I used the 2025 seasonal planner set. That's probably where I got my Happy Easter sticker. So yeah, I did like this one. And since that book, those plaid and floral, stripes and floral, dot and florals, those books have washi strips in them. So I did not have any need for the Planny Thing washi this time around. But yeah, I do remember liking that one. Okay, and in my monthly, I was so obsessed over these colors. I just had to grab them again. And I was really trying to finish off that set of florals. So those are from the I Love Spring book. I also used the Dated Basics Volume 4 for the April and the 2025. Remember I mentioned I purchased that package of plaid washies from Amazon. This was from that package. I really love this washi. And then we've got a thicker quote here, so that one is from Rainbow Quotes. So yeah, that is April 21st. Okay, this next spread, I used one of the Planny Thing subscription box. This was springtime. I think this is the one that had that grass washi in it. So yeah, this whole spread was done using the Planny Thing springtime sub box and her spring pastel washi sub. But I just love this windmill. And since it was tulips, and tulips are my favorite flowers, that's why I went with this one. This is just a note. I think we must have been prepping for a Kellofaplan release. So this is how I used to track my releases and what I was going to do. Since then, I've had to break out an undated planner. It just got to be too much. And then these cute little quotes were also in that Planny Thing book. These are just some extra little sheets from the YouTube Loop group, which I have yet to participate in. Maybe one of these days. I don't know what's on this page. It doesn't have any texture to it, so I don't know if it's just a flaw in the paper or what. Okay, so moving on to May, we're getting into the heavily into the spring and the Mother's Day type. This is another repeat. It's that Kellofaplan 2025 seasonal planner set book. I probably butchered that whole name, but it's a really long name. And I can't remember word for word exactly how it goes. But I also used those words from her words sticker book. I didn't write down the name of that book. I think I had it written down in my other planner. Looks like I didn't follow up here, but it happens. The end of the month is so busy, y'all. The end of the month. It's the end of the month at work, and it's also end of the month here. So it's a lot, and it takes a lot for me to go back and fill that in. But for these stickers, this time I used the Amber Plans Her Day Spring Collections Volume 2. I think May was the month I was trying to make be intentional and use some of my smaller shop stickers that I've had for a while. So yeah, that's what these are from. And then by now you're familiar with these pink blocks. That's where I tally up, which video is going to be #1 on Instagram. Or not video, post. Grid post is going to be #1 for that month on Instagram. So this week I was still using Amber Plans Her Day Spring Collections. I loved the huge tulips in that sticker book. So I definitely wanted to get those in the page while springtime was still here. I believe this quote is from that same book. Actually, both of these quotes are from that book. And then, of course, I've got my Dated Basics Volume 4 for my month and year. And this is a Planny Thing washi. That might be from her spring release. And then this little colored Mother's Day sticker here would have been from that planner set. That Kellofaplan planner that I butchered the name. Because in that book, or no, actually, I just told a story. That's from Dated Basics Volume 4, because in the front of the book, she has holidays in color, and then she's also got them in black. So that's where that's from. I really love that Dated Basics Volume 4. Okay, here I've got another Planners Anonymous spread. This one was from the Rejuvenate kit. And the reason I chose this one was because May was Mental Health Awareness Month. So I just thought that these purples were so calming, and this collection was called Rejuvenate. So I used that kit for this entire spread. I didn't bring in any stickers from any other shops. And I just love these little stickers that she puts in there. They're just little foldable stickers to make it look like a planner. So yeah, this one is very thick because I used a lot of her die cuts in here. So this one made my planner pretty thick. Okay, so moving along in May. For this one, I pulled Spring Icons Volume 2 by Kellofaplan. I think National Bee Day or something was going on, and that's why I chose these bee stickers. But I feel like these florals, well, I guess the florals and the bees came from the same sticker book, because I only noted Spring Icons Volume 2. Oh no, these came from Seasonal Florals. Sorry, guys. So this was one of those spreads where I was trying to take two sticker books and merge them together. because I really have to have florals every week. And then the quotes were probably from, I didn't write it down. The quotes were probably from the original rainbow quotes. That's pretty much my go-to sticker book for quotes, just because I do like those thick ones for this particular planner, because normally I do have a lot of florals on here, and I think these thick quotes show up a lot better if I use them. So yeah, and then again, I've got the Planny Thing washi, again from that Tea Books and Florals sub box. So yeah, I felt like this one was a little rough going. I don't use hexagons that often, but Kellofaplan released a hexagon sticker book. It's all hexagons, and there's also there's another one for headers, one for monthly boxes. It's a whole collection, but that was a new colorway that she introduced, so I wanted to try to get those out. And I didn't really plan on this coming out like a honeycomb, but when it did, I was like, oh, okay, that worked out pretty good, I guess. A happy little surprise. Okay, and then the next week we're getting into Memorial Day. I wanted to do red, white, and blue again. So for this one, I got that Kellofaplan Summer Florals Volume 2 out. I used a Tombow Fudenosuke hard tip pen to letter my quote. This is from Dated Basics Volume 4, as well as the Month of May sticker. And this this washi tape is actually a Simply Gilded washi tape that I had for a while. I have a lot of Simply Gilded washi tapes. I do not reach for them very often because I'm not a big fan of the bows and the metals. So occasionally I will pull one of her skinny washies, but other than that, I'm not reaching for them like I should. There was a time where I would purchase her washi and I thought, oh, this can inspire, my whole planner spread. I can plan it around this washi, but that never happened. So remember I showed y'all that sheet that was folded in half, and I said that's where I would put down whenever I was doing a Kellofaplan release. Well, it got to be too much, so I pulled out an old Happy Planner undated 4-month planner, and I decided I was going to use that to try to keep up with my affiliate tasks. So this little extra planner here, I dated it using Dated Basics Volume 4. And this is where I would record release dates, what was releasing, and then everything that I needed to post or I wanted to post up until then. Being an affiliate for Kellofaplan is super awesome. She only requires you to share her release the week of the release after she has posted it. So she normally does her postings on Tuesdays at 10 a.m. and then I'll come in with all of my postings after that. And I'm trying to post about the release on Instagram, Facebook, and YouTube. So it's quite a lot to track because for Instagram, you've got reels. For YouTube, you have shorts. For Instagram, you have stories and grid posts. For YouTube, you have community posts. So it can be a lot to track. It can be a little overwhelming. So this is just where I'll make my notes. This is just a pure working planner. There's nothing fun in there. Okay, and then I also took my workflow sticker and I made it bigger and I added additional columns. So this thing has been a lifesaver. This one's printed on some 93-pound paper that I got off of Amazon. But normally what I've been doing is I'll scratch out everything here and then I'll kind of put it in order here of when I want the video to post. And I make a little notation here of what color shirt I wore in there because I find that for me, I don't like the way my arms look because I've got a lot of sun damage on my arms. I don't really like for that to show on camera, especially not in 4K. So I like to wear long sleeves, and I find that I do get into a little rut and I'm wearing the same shirts all the time. So anyway, apologies for that, but now y'all know the backstory on why I always wear long sleeves. Okay, it looks like I did not get back to filling this one out, but again, this is that 2024 planner set. You can see it matches this divider. I love these stickers. And I may have actually gone into my Kellofaplan pastel boxes, or maybe even Mojo Jojo, because this size box I don't think is included in that 2025 planner set. But the quote and all these other stickers are together. And then here is the monthly for that. I used the Kellofaplan Brilliant Blooms sticker book for this one. I don't have that planner, but I did get that sticker book, and I love it. It's got the watercolor florals. This large print sticker here is from the original Rainbow Basics. So yeah, there's more tracking. Okay, now we're back into Stripes and Florals Volume 5. So for this one, there's no Play Anything washi. Again, you can see I'm using Dated Basics Volume 4. And here I pulled one of the seasonal quotes. I can tell it's from there because of this color. This one too, here's a summer quote. So yeah, I did try to bring in some colored ink on this one. I don't know. Every now and then I think I'm going to color coordinate my ink with my spread. It doesn't always work out, but for some reason I tend to always go back to this blue Papermate Flare pen. Getting a little tongue-tied here. All right, so now I've got another Planny Things spread. I've got more torn paper here. This one was from the Tropical Treasures sub box. More scallop washi. I love that. And I liked the little washi here. So it looks like the washi is holding this sticker down. So I did the same thing here. Look, I've got another circle sticker. And then the holiday sticker would have been from the Dated Basics Volume 4. I lost my train of thought there for a minute. I use that book every week. You think I could remember what it's called. And then this little quote was also in that Planny Things sticker book. But I loved these palm trees and everything in that collection. Okay, we've got some more trying to use old sticker books here. This one is from the original Summer Florals, so that book is probably 2 or 3 years old by now. I did go ahead and pull out some of my Simply Gilded washies for this one because I did think it was a perfect match. You can see we've got that thicker color line here. I'm not too nuts over that, so I'm glad, that she's, gone on from there. I think the Kellofaplan stickers to me just get better and better with every release. And I can see that these quotes are that newer font, so those are from the Rainbow Quotes Volume 3. Okay, here's another small shop. We're back to the Caitlin Plans stickers. Again, she does not, or I don't know if she sells box stickers with hers. If she does, I did not purchase them. So I pulled all of my boxes from Mojo Jojo Plans, and this washi tape is from the Happy Planner Papillon collection. I think I have a vague memory of when I was recording this. I think my camera shut off because I film on my phone. I use an iPhone 13 Pro Max, and I don't know if I think it got overheated and it just flat cut off, and I didn't know it, but thank goodness it did not happen until the very end of the video. So really there wasn't too much that got missed there. I think that's what happened, was the phone or the camera had cut off. If you want to know, you'll have to go back and watch that video. But yeah, I liked this one. I really loved these giant roller skates. I remember being a little stumped with what to do with this, but overall, I like the way it came out. And then since this is the last month, this was my second time to use that Happy Planner undated 4-month planner. So of course I used Dated Basics Volume 4 to get this one dated. And then I just kind of filled it in and penciled things in as I went along. And these are just some of my notes. So yeah, guys, that is it. That is going to do it for Q2 in my social media dashboard planner. So I hope y'all enjoyed this look back. This little walk down memory lane. It was definitely a walk down memory lane for me. I remember some of those spreads being a real pain in the butt when I was putting them together. Others I felt like came together pretty easy. So, I'm sure we all have those days. But anyway, I just wanted to show y'all I definitely am using my planners. I know not me specifically, but I have seen and heard of people in the planner community questioning whether or not people who decorate their planners are actually using them. So the answer for me is yes. Yes, I do. I use it all the time. But anyway, guys, that's going to do it for Q2 after the pen in my catch-all and social media planners. I hope y'all enjoyed this video. If you did, go ahead and click that like button. Leave me a comment down below. If you haven't yet subscribed to my channel, but you'd like to see more videos, then go on and hit that subscribe button. When you do, don't forget to turn on your notification bell so you don't miss any future videos. Guys, y'all have a great day, a wonderful week, and I'll see y'all in the next one. Bye.